I then bought 3 assets worth nearly $10 million. So I more than doubled my portfolio just in this 12 months. And I couldn't afford all of these things. 1, I couldn't service it. And 2, I didn't even have the cash to be able to settle them. I had the cash for all the deposits, but I didn't have the cash to settle them. So this one I got on a standard settlement. I settled it straight away. This $2.6 million penthouse I got on a delayed settlement, I believe, of 9 months. This $6 million one I got on a 12-month settlement. So I was settling it a year later. Now, the $6 million purchase was an office building in Sydney that I've actually since sold. The plan here was to move out of the building that we were renting, because I said I started my own business. We were renting another building in Paddington. We're going to move into here. We rented out the front, which was the commercial, and it was attached to a terrace, which we also leased out. But there was not a chance I had the serviceability or the capital to be able to do that. So I went in with my business partner in the end at the time to purchase this asset 12 months later. The $2.6 million penthouse, I ended up settling. I used not just the equity that I'd released, but I also used some of my money that I had been earning to settle this. And the $750,000 I settled easily, but then that started to require more and more money. The big lesson for me this year is I just assumed that everything was always going to go in the upward direction. I started in construction. I bought 3 or 4 properties. My income was ever increasing. I was now hanging around all these super wealthy people, and I was just buying all this stuff, and my life was incredible, and I thought I could do no wrong. So what I did was I overextended myself. That's the reality. I went and bought $10 or $11 million worth of real estate in 1 year when I didn't have the serviceability or the capital to be able to do it. I used all of my money plus money out of the business, so I left myself super lean. Then the marketplace started to change. My income started to drop. I then had a bigger team. I then had more expenses, and it was a really, really scary time. I had all of these assets that I didn't just have to settle, but I also then had to cash flow them. So the $2.6 million penthouse, I settled with a non-bank lender because I couldn't get the serviceability with major lenders. Settled with a non-bank lender, extremely high interest rate. Obviously, rates started to increase as well, so that had massive cash strain. A $6 million office, I ended up settling with my business partner, like I said. The valuation was fine, but the loan-to-value ratio that the bank was going to lend us decreased, so then we had to again use another non-bank lender to settle this, and the other one was with a major lender. But this was a very, very stressful time, and my lesson here is things will change. Always expect the worst because things will happen, right? I'm an ambitious guy. I want to keep scaling. I want to keep growing, but I need to make sure I grew in a way that wouldn't just, self-destruct. I could say that I had 15 to 20 million bucks worth of real estate now and all these really cool things, but I was super stressed. I was working my ring out, and fortunately it all worked out, but if it didn't work out, it could have been the end before it had even begun.